loves, welcome back to another video. I am currently 4 weeks away from my first ever bodybuilding bikini competition. I'm in prep obviously for that at the moment, so I thought I could also share what I eat on a high day, which is basically like a high carb day, and I have these twice a week at the minute. Thought I could give you some high protein recipe inspo as well and share my current fave go-to recipes. Also going to take you through my training session. We've got a lower body day and I'll just share some of my favourite tips that have helped whilst being in a calorie deficit, and also kind of share a little bit more into the types of foods that I've been eating. I feel like when you think of prepping for competitions and stuff, you can easily start thinking it's super like plain, boring foods when it's been everything but that. Let's make breakfast. I've just made myself a coffee. Next up is oats. I had a lot of questions about my oats recently and I haven't changed much of the recipe, but I thought I could also share a bit of that. Designated oat bowl, 60 grams of oats. I've had this pretty much every day for I don't even know how long, and I look forward to it every day as well. I think I had a year or over a year where I'd stopped having oats, but I just find these are like the best carb source, or my favourite carb source pre-gym session. And then this is what I think I was getting lots of questions about. So if you're too stingy with your water, I feel like the consistency just doesn't go quite as right. So I thought, I don't usually weigh out the water, but just so you've got an idea, I measure about 267 ml of water and then into the microwave, and then I'll just mix it kind of halfway. So I've put it in for 2 minutes 30 seconds, mix it halfway. You don't want to overcook it, but you don't want to undercook it either, so that it's not properly cooked. I feel like that can give you some serious digestion situation when they're not properly cooked through. And then to save a bit of time in the mornings, you might already know what I'm about to do. Whilst it's super hot, I actually put my food in. So this is just mixed berries, frozen fruit. Oof, that was aggressive. 60 grams of mixed berries, and then I mix that in whilst it's hot, so it kind of cools the oats down and also basically cooks the frozen fruit to perfection. It's been a little hack actually, because otherwise you're having to use another bowl to microwave the berries, and it just saves a bit of time, which is what I'm all about. What I found fascinating as well with higher carb days, so when I have these like 2 days in a row, the difference in just like gives me such like an energy boost. It's just fascinating how the body works, like how your body adapts as well when you're in a calorie deficit for a super long time as well, like how that calorie deficit can quickly become like your new maintenance. So it's important, like if you're prepping for a competition or in a deficit for an extended period of time, to make adjustments. But obviously in general dieting, when you just do like smaller bouts, which is why it's important not to always be in a calorie deficit, and why it's better to do it, you know, like 8 to 12 weeks in a deficit, depending on how much weight it is that you're losing in the beginning point. And another reason as well why it's important not to compare to what anyone else is doing, because it's super unique to you and your body and lifestyle and how you're also training. Right, that is all mixed in, and then this is when I add protein. What flavour is this? Vanilla actually. 20 to 25 grams of protein. This is the vegan protein, and I just find I get on with it a little bit better, to be honest. I feel like I digest this a lot easier than whey, and I've just found like with my skin I'm not breaking out as much since I've reduced dairy. And I've just made small swaps, so like I haven't totally taken out dairy, but what I've done is I haven't been having milk in my coffee, and I'm not someone who could have almond milk in my coffee. I feel like it just goes so bitty, but I still have dairy from things like yogurt, and that's what I think is important, like rather than eliminating things, seeing where you can reduce first, like if you're trying to reduce a certain thing. So this is my cookie dough oats, by the way. This is what I feel like I post this every single day on Instagram, and it's become part of like my morning ritual. And the dark chocolate, so this is my favourite one at the minute, which is the 74% one. So I just scatter this around so that it then melts. Sometimes if it's like by the time I put this on, I can just pop it in the microwave as well for like 10 seconds if it's gone a little bit cold, so that the chocolate melts more. Crunchy peanut butter. I've been doing my journaling as well when I have my morning coffee. It's quite a good habit start. glute focused lower body session, and I can confirm that this is the longest that I've gone enjoying my sessions, probably in about 6 years, and I can't believe it's actually doing a lot of repetitive movements and actually following a structured program where I've been able to build my glutes back. Like, I well and truly ran my glutes off last year. I was doing way more running, cardio, and a lot less focus on strength training. I still trained in the gym, but I just didn't keep anything kind of consistent or didn't keep myself accountable with even what weight I was lifting. So each week I wouldn't really know, wait, what was I lifting on my hip thrust or my glute bridge or hamstring curl, whatever. And they were just kind of willy-nilly workouts, whereas this has been the year that I've seen the most progress as well in definitely 6 years, in a lot less time, because I've actually just been focused, and it's brought so much more enjoyment to my actual workouts. I feel like I actually look forward to going to the gym. After the longest time, I just kind of would dread it, and I'd sit there on my phone in between sets and never really just lock in. If you're looking for a structured program, I feel like you'd really like my Lean and Aligned 8-week gym program. And then I also have all my nutrition guidance. So if you're confused on how to set up your macros, I take you through this step by step. And we also have weekly calls, so we get all kinds of different experts on. Last week we had a hormone specialist, so we went through the menstrual cycle. So it's a lot more than just a gym program, which is exactly what I think is necessary for you to get the actual results and find a lifestyle that you enjoy and you can maintain. Also had to share my gorgeous client's progress. She's down 5 pounds overall, and after 2 weeks of no weight loss, we actually increased her calories and she dropped weight. Sometimes more fuel is actually what the body needs. She's managed to achieve these results as well with flexibility. So from eating out, she's increased her daily step goal, and her energy and hunger are improving. So I can't wait to see what we can achieve over the next few weeks. I've never seen this before. It's like a cactus, it's a bit spiky. And a cucumber.
We get some more garlic since have you been eating the whole cloves?
These are the good garlics. I said on a phone call the other day, you know you're in a long-term relationship when you're eating whole, not just like one garlic ball, the whole lot. Just got back from the gym. I had a really good lower body session, and I feel like I had a glute pump. Like, that's what I found interesting. When you have higher carb days, I feel like all your muscles and everything gets replenished. And I'm now gonna make my post-workout lunch, which is turkey breast, sweet potato, and this side salad. I've been mixing up my dressings a little bit, but this is just one of my go-to staples, high in protein. And I also want to show you today how much protein you can get. Like, you can eat 150 grams of protein, pretty much a lot from your actual lean meats, and if you ever get bored of like the same thing, you can just mix things up. So I always seem to swap between like lean beef mince, turkey, chicken, and then things like salmon and stuff like that. Okay, so this is what we're gonna need. So we've got courgette, sweet potato, and then I've got some little mini mixed peppers. These are really like, they're nice and sweet to pop in the air fryer, and then some turkey breast steaks. These are actually already marinated, and then sometimes I'll just add a little bit of extra spice on top of them, and then I'm going to make this all in the air fryer. So 190 grams of sweet potato, and then just a big chunk of courgette. I love courgette because it's such a like high volume food, and seasoned with a little bit of oregano is so nice. If you are new to my channel and you are tracking your macros and whatnot, I'd recommend tracking things when it is in its raw cooked weight, just because it does lose so much water when you do fry, air fry, bake, whatever it is you're cooking. And then a bit of red onion, and then I'm choosing some air fryer, little baking parchment paper trays. And then I season with oregano. This is my favourite spice at the minute. And olive oil spray. Courgette in as well. And red onion. And then in that other compartment, I'm going to put the turkey breast. Perfect. I never used to be like a turkey lover, but I think it's a little bit juicier than chicken. Yeah, I don't know, I never used to really go for it, but I really like it, and if it's seasoned well, it's really nice. I just love the convenience of things like this, and it's perfect for meal prep. And then I do not know the name of this specific breed of mushroom, but they're so nice and they crisp up. So I just literally sprinkle these on the top and throw them in. But I've been adding a lot more variety with my veg, which I feel like my gut health is loving, and not having like the exact same thing every single day. So just rotating the veg, also going for things like what is in season as well, is super helpful. Right, let's pop this in. It only takes about 25 minutes, if that. And then for a salad, so that is the spiky cucumber that I picked up. I'm guessing that is actually how it should be. And it tastes exactly the same as like a normal cucumber. But you want to take a salad bowl. I'm really liking the darker salads. I feel like that's got more nutrients than your standard romaine lettuce. So I always think just like mix that up as well. Then dressing, I'm really liking it in a minute, is mustard and some sriracha, and I've just realised I'm out of balsamic glaze, so I'm going to just make this work and maybe add some Greek yogurt. And there we have our turkey nourish bowl, so nice. And then I'll have it with ketchup, and I'm going to put some salt on there as well. I feel like I've been having ketchup with everything lately. Let's make my favourite afternoon snack. This is also a really good snack. Say if post-workout you get home from the gym and you want something that isn't a protein shake, but you can still get your protein and it's sweet, delicious, this is such a good go-to. I like having this in an afternoon, but you can also have this as like your dinner, dessert, if you know what I mean. I feel like I always get like a sweet tooth mid-afternoon, so this always just sorts me out. And then you can just switch up and change your fruit and stuff. I'm really liking cherries at the moment, like a cherry yogurt or a blueberry bliss yogurt. I have lots of these recipes as well in my cheat code volume 4 ebook, which I'll pop down below if you want somewhere with just a lot of my recipes in that's really easy to access. A few of the Flonus Club girlies have actually printed it off as well, which is such a good idea, and you can just have it obviously in your kitchen so that you're not having to go on your phone to find certain recipes and everything. This is a brand called Marjoie? I don't know, but it's probably up there. I'd say it's just as nice as the Fire yogurt, which is saying something because I've been glued to the Fire yogurt for God knows how long. But it's a 0% fat Greek yogurt basically. Pop that in the microwave. Okay, and then this is like a little compote microwaved yumminess. And then I just mix this around. By the way, I hope there hasn't been too much banging around. There's some building works going on today. Then I take 200 grams of Greek yogurt, like that. And then we just mix it. Oh, look at that colour. And this is a lot better, as in you can get obviously all these like protein yogurts that have just got loads of sweeteners, chemicals, God knows what put into them, but at least with this you know that you're adding your own sweetness and you actually know what's in it, rather than a load of other crappy stuff that's difficult for your gut to actually digest. And then some honey, and then some dark chocolate at the top. I'm not going to use loads because I've got an oats bowl that I'm having later tonight as well. All the carbs today, so I like to save it for that because I like how it melts in, whereas this is more just like a crunch. Just use it a little bit. Oh my gosh. Oh, I don't know why I've just done this to myself. I just drank all my water at once. I think I just had like 1.5 litres. You know, when it gets to slightly later on than you expected in the day, and at the moment my water intake is 3 litres of water a day, and I feel like a balloon. I thought I could just talk to you a little bit about having a clear goal. I can't tell you how having a clear goal really has changed my life this year. I just would never commit to actual things. I would just kind of think, oh, maybe I'll do it one day, but never actually get around to it. For the longest time, I was spending too much time looking outside of myself, whereas when you have a clear goal, whether it's with work, whether it's to do with fitness or like totally unrelated, or if it's starting a business, when you're solely focused on that thing and you're like growing as a person on all kind of levels, you don't have time for watching crappy TV or I don't know, like gossipy stuff. You don't have time for the bitching, the this, the that. I'm so focused on a goal, and with like my business and pouring into the Flowness Club, like I don't have any time for not focusing on myself, if that makes sense. And when you have got a fitness goal, like say if it is training for a half marathon or a marathon, if you're not working, sleeping or eating, you're training, and there's just so much beauty in that. What I've really learned during this deficit phase as well is just more about fueling my body. Like when you're in a deficit, you don't want to go for long periods of time without eating, for example. So like eating regularly, being a lot more organized with food. So whenever I'm tracking my macros, just having a rough idea. Like obviously you don't want to have all your macros or like, you know, go overboard for breakfast and then you're about like 4 or 5 o'clock, you're like, oh my god, like I've nearly had all my carbs for the day. And just learning like how you feel it in your body as well. Like I have never felt so in tune, and that is what I admire with a lot of bodybuilders as well. Like they know about their hormones, they know about how their body responds to things, and understand on a much deeper level what's like actually in foods, like what's the purpose of that. I think if you're like me and interested in that, I absolutely love like the science behind food. I'm just sat with my decaf coffee and I've been getting through a load of work. I've been feeling a bit overwhelmed, to be honest, lately. Like I've got so much on right now, but just taking it each day, doing my best, and that is enough. But I really do enjoy these high days, especially whilst in a deficit. I've noticed I had a much better lower session. I always make sure like these are my training days as well. So if I have a higher carb day, that is the case. And I think I mentioned earlier today, but on my high carb days, my protein and fats stays the same. It is literally just that carb that gets increased. So yeah, that is that. Oh my gosh, the moon. Wow. Oh, it looks like a little dot, but it looks flipping huge with the naked eye. Got back from a walk and I also had a posing lesson. I feel absolutely shattered now, and it's 8:25, so I'm gonna make some dinner. Going to make some chicken, sweet potato, green beans, avocado kind of bowl. Just something nice and quick. I'm gonna have a little circular sweet potatoes. So 200 grams of sweet potato there, and then I'm gonna put some paprika. Mix things up a little bit. Also, I've been quite liking boiled potatoes, like boiling these instead. And then another 50 grams chicken breast, and I'm going to put some curry powder on this. And then some green beans. I had some broccoli as well actually. I don't think I showed you. Mason cooked them. And then here is my dinner. So curry chicken, avocado, sweet potato, I already just started munching that, and ketchup. I know that we're watching Netflix, it's hard to see before bed, with peanut butter, dark chocolate and some protein powder. So that wraps up today's What I Eat in a Day video. I hope you've got some high protein meal inspo, and especially if you feel like you're having to add in protein shakes and additions like that in order to get a protein goal. I hope I've been able to show you what you can make with just adding some like extra lean meats. Goes such a long way. Like even if it's just bumping up your protein, so rather than having 100 grams of chicken, bumping it up to 150, and you'll also notice that you'll feel a lot fuller for longer to be wanting to snack as much in between meals, and even things like Greek yogurt, rather than always relying on protein powder to sweeten things, add in honey, like natural sweeteners like that, rather than the 0-calorie sugars, sauces and all of that. So let me know what you thought in the comments down below. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.